Hello, my name is Peter and this is Mongolia. I will be here for 1 month and travel all across the country, from the borders of China all the way to Russia. This trip will put me out of my comfort zone like something I've never experienced before. I will eat, sleep and travel amongst the locals. I will explore new places and learn about the culture and history. So strap in and join me, because this is my story. I close the door behind me one last time. Today we depart for a country few have ever experienced.
Are you ready for the trip?
An adventure unlike any other.
It's gonna be a long one. Let's go.
After a very long flight, we finally land in Genghis Khan Airport. There, Bagi is waiting for our arrival. I find it a bit frightening at first to be so far from home in a country with a very different culture. Once arrived, I get a warm welcome. I already feel the language barrier though. There's food on the table and I get offered some special treats. Sheep stomach and sheep's tail. Yeah. After my culinary adventure, we went to explore the city. In the city, we visited a monastery. It is one of the monasteries that survived the Great Purge during the Communist Revolution. There, nearly all Buddhist monasteries were destroyed. This one survived. The first day was rough. Still pretty tired from my jet lag, but no time to rest. The next day, we already depart for the Great Gobi Desert. During the day, we get some supplies and head for the train station. Once arrived at the train station, I feel all eyes on me. It seems that I am the only European here that wants to travel to the Gobi Desert. When the train arrived, it was no surprise a very old communist train that would bring us to the desert. When I enter the train, I immediately get hit by hot air. Sweat droplets already forming in my head. Good luck sleeping in here. The condos are also very tiny. But when the train starts driving, there's a cool wind coming from the window and it starts to cool down. Ultimately, we managed to get some sleep in the train. The next day, when I wake up in the morning, I see nothing but nothing really. The green fields up north made room for a brownish emptiness as far as the eye can see. The train arrives and a family member is picking us up. The host shows us around the place and lets us see a thing or two. He explains his renovation works and shows his old work.
Is van de buren now.
After that, we headed for the desert. There we will visit a truly special place. The Buddhists believe it's the center of the world's spiritual energy. Something I have to see. After hours of driving through the desert, we get a glimpse of the temple. thinking this is the place, I do some rituals and show respect. Who knows, I get to absorb some of Earth's energy, you know? After leaving, I get told that this was just a random temple and we yet have to visit the real place. So, off to it then. Okay, so now we really arrive to the highest energy place in the world. And with spiritual places, we do spiritual things. In Mongol culture, it often consists of burning incense, throwing rice, or throwing vodka or milk around. There was a stone circle in which you had to sit to absorb the earth's energy. Of course, I did that. After having absorbed the world's energy, I really felt enlightened, filled with positive energy. Immediately after leaving, however, and I'm not joking, I got a heavy nosebleed and it would not stop. I guess I absorbed too much of Earth's energy and we saw this as a bad omen and we left again with the night train. So, these were the first 3 days of my trip in Mongolia and god, it has been intense already. I really feel the culture shock and the differences. I'm still very tired and not have been able yet to eat a full meal. The experience I've lived have been so awesome, however. They make you forget the hunger and exhaustion. I really hope to strengthen up again, however, this was only a small taste of what the country has to offer. In a few days I will depart for our big trip, where we leave the big city behind and will travel across Mongolia, through the plains and mountains, all the way to the Russian and Chinese border. There's where our destination lies, the Altai Mountains, the highest peak of Mongolia.